The doctor sent the baby home to die. Seeing what her daughter was doing, the mother called the police. Diagnosed with both Down syndrome and a fatal brain tumor while still in the womb, Abigail Jones was not expected to live long after her birth in August. However, her parents rejected abortion and decided that no matter what, they would love and care for their daughter for as long as they had her. Her mother, Erica Jones, wrote in a blog post, "Leaning on the grace and perfection of our God, we knew little Abby's life had a purpose, no matter how long or short it was. We pray continually for her healing, but our faith in God was or is not based on Abigail's healing. Now they've received a miracle." After Abigail was born in Jacksonville, Florida, she was doing so well that her parents and big sister Audrey were able to take her home. They had pediatric hospice on hand to help, and while the family enjoyed their time with Abigail, they were also planning her funeral. "We would spend all day just looking at her in amazement, but also with the gut-wrenching pain that it could be the last day you had with her," her father Stephen Jones told ABC. Only Abigail wasn't dying as the doctors had expected. "She ate, she gained weight, and she looked great," said Erica Jones. "She was thriving. She was certainly not in any way, shape, or form dying." The couple decided to get a second opinion and turned to doctors at Boston's Children's Hospital. "There's sometimes tumors that are not malignant that can look malignant," Dr. Alan Cohen, nurse surgeon-in-chief at Children's Hospital, told ABC. "And we thought there wasn't enough evidence to give her a death sentence, so we said, why don't you come up here and we'll take a look at this thing and maybe we can take it out." Cohen discovered that Abigail's brain tumor wasn't cancerous after all. Surgery was scheduled and doctors were able to successfully remove the tumor, giving Abigail the future her parents were praying for. "We're elated beyond words," they wrote on Facebook. "God's plan for Abigail's life was not meant to end in hospice. I've witnessed a true miracle and we're so thankful that Abigail's story will continue on." The Joneses are urging anyone who receives a medical diagnosis to seek a second opinion. Abigail's doctors in Jacksonville believed Abigail had one of 3 kinds of aggressive fatal cancer. "This was their best clinical advice. It was just incorrect," Erica Jones wrote on Facebook. "Our neurosurgeon in Boston told us he could absolutely understand why our doctors would tell us that. It's what it looked like. Huge tumor, little baby. 99% of the cases very, very bad. Abigail was just not a typical case. The type of tumor he thinks she had, definitive pathology not back yet, is extremely rare and very much mimics a malignant, horrible cancer monster. A second opinion is always a good idea." For now, Abigail remains in Boston for a few more days before heading home to be reunited with her big sister and begin her new happy, healthy start in life. Another similar story. A newborn baby girl sent home to spend her final days with her family has stunned doctors by making a miracle recovery. They are now preparing to operate on tiny Cassidy Maria Conway after she defied the odds and made it to 6 weeks old. The newborn was diagnosed with a rare heart condition in the womb. Doctors warned she would be stillborn and advised Mom Claire to terminate her pregnancy. But the 17-year-old refused and her daughter was born alive on January 3rd. Medics then warned the teenager that Cassidy Maria would not survive the week and allowed her parents to take her home to spend what time she had left with her family. But they were stunned when tiny Cassidy Maria grew stronger by the day. 6 weeks on, and Claire said the hospital has now agreed to operate on her baby girl after her amazing recovery, reports the Coventry Telegraph. "Every day I thought, is this going to be her last? But I was just grateful for all the time I got to spend with her. The doctors had told me how her breathing would fail and she would become very weak and deteriorate very quickly, but none of the signs happened, and the longer she was at home, the louder and more greedy she became. Cassidy Maria will likely need further surgery in the future," medics have warned. Claire was advised to have an abortion at 20 weeks after doctors discovered there was something wrong with her child's heart. After preparing for a stillbirth, Claire from Coventry, West Midlands, was shocked when little Cassidy Maria came out screaming. At her 20-week scan, doctors told Mom Claire her daughter had a heart condition and would likely be stillborn. The tot weighed a healthy 7 pounds 6.5 ounces, and Claire carried her to 41 weeks, meaning she was a week overdue. "All I knew before she was born was that she had a heart problem and I was advised to have her aborted. Doctors didn't think she'd make it through birth. I didn't want a termination and just wanted the hospital to support my decision. I was so scared." Claire and her partner Luke Aldridge were delighted when Cassidy Maria was born. Claire, 17, said, "I was so happy but also really scared because I was expecting a stillborn, but she came out breathing on her own and screaming her little head off. She was put on medication to keep the valves to her heart open, but the hospital didn't operate." Now at 6 weeks old, Cassidy Maria is greedy and a really happy baby. Claire told the Coventry Telegraph, "I hope this surgery keeps her going and keeps her alive for a long time. She's my everything. I'd do anything I can for her."